Highlight for me, I think, is getting all 6 cars back in the UK on home soil, I think. It's been a fucking good trip. Yeah, all of it, really.
So we started talking about it summertime last year, and we sort of said, yeah, I reckon maybe next year this is it. It's going to be the big one. We're going to go do this trip. And then sort of days and like months and months went by, and eventually I was like, right, that's it. Here's the plan, lads. What do you reckon?
I've been meaning to go for about 4 years. I've never had the car ready, or the money's been tight at the time, but this year it was for definite. I started it when I bought it. I took the old engine out straight away, put the new, the 20 valve in it. I mean, it's 20 years old now. The shell's really clean. It's pretty much rot free. It's got a few little scabs on it, but it's all original paint. And yeah, I'd be happy to keep this for the rest of my life, I think.
How I got it basically turned out we'd sat on someone's driveway for like 2 years. So I went and looked at it. It's just this like scrappy car, missing panels, all covered in moss and mould. I took one look at it and I thought, well, I can do something with it. I'd love to save this. We put it on Danny's little trailer, dragged it back to the workshop, stripped it all down, had a good look over it. Turned out it was so solid, I was like, no mate, there's no way I'm selling this to anyone, I'm keeping it. So I think it was about 7 weeks until the leaving date for the trip. So yeah, sort of sacked off my other project car and said, right, I'm building this one. Just completely just worked my nuts off getting it done. We even up to like the night before we left, it was still down there doing bits and pieces, getting it working.
I mean, it's the first time I've ever been there. I've heard a lot of stories, no mates that have been there. It's a different world, that place, and we found that out for sure. I didn't know how my car was going to handle around there, but I built the car to drive fast. I've spent quite a bit of time trying to set it all up perfectly. Yeah, I mean, it done well.
I was nowhere near ready for that. Like some of the guys who I work with, they've done a lot of laps of the ring and they've got a lot of experience of it and stuff. Even after like everything I've been told, you can watch all the YouTube videos, play all the video games you want, but until you get on that track, you just don't even know what's coming. going along on the motorway, the studio's suddenly like, oh, I've lost 5th gear. So we're just like, oh, that's not very good, no worries, we'll pull it in, have a check it out. Just start from the top, like, all right, just check all the obvious things, check the linkage, check nothing's slipped, check nothing's loose. And we sort of go down this list, and I was like, oh, this is getting worse, this is getting bad. And we jacked the car up, and we just kind of cracked the end off the gearbox, and it was just like metal just poured out. And I was like, oh, I just turned to Stu, I was like, Stu, I'm not going to lie, mate, this is really bad. Like, this is bad.
We've been in Austria for, what, 3 or 4 days. Unfortunately, my gearbox lost 5th gear on day number 2. Basically, we've been fortunate enough to be able to get a second box out here.
Me and Drew had spoke about it the night before, and we said if it gets there any time before 8, we're going to fit it. That was a good amount of time till the next day, so we had to leave that we could actually get it done in. Any later than that, we probably would have just had to call it a day, but fucking it was absolutely back-breaking. I mean, my back's still hurting now. I've still got oil in my fingers 2 days later, but it was so worth it just to see this smile on Stu and Bud's face. Just meeting random guys in the car park, like, they just couldn't believe we'd just changed an entire gearbox in like 3.5 hours. It was just awesome.
It's a real testament to sort of friends and sort of helping stuff in the community, putting word out, you know, using social media and sending texts and emails around the place, trying to find someone who can actually, you know, essentially ship a gearbox out here for us. But we've actually, within 3 or 4 days, managed to do that. So it's really quite impressive, to be honest.
About car shows is they're all static, whereas when you go to Wörthersee, everything's rolling around. You can see everything on the move, you see everything getting driven, and just to be able to actually look at the cars getting used, look at the cars getting moved around. Whereas at a car show, you go there, look around it an hour, and then be bored.
Yeah, I was just saying, I can't actually imagine that if we actually did manage to do this trip again, whether we could actually squeeze, you know, so many activities, so many things into the entire trip. It's been absolutely amazing from start to finish. Each of the days have been away. You know, we've been able to do something that's been completely different. So just all in all, been absolutely fantastic.
Fucking really good fun, and everyone I think got along well together, and we just all turned it into probably the best 6 days of everybody's life, really. It's just been such an experience for everyone.
Probably a massive mistake in liking cars, because you end up putting yourself through all of this stress for no reason. But no, on a serious note, there's something pretty special about being able to drive a 23-year-old car across Europe, 2,500 miles. It's not something you're going to do every day, is it? It's not something that many people are ever going to say they're going to have done in their lifetime. So coming, you dickhead!
Second lap and we're gonna fucking have it.
Right, John. Left one, right two, over crest. Straight, right three. Left one, left one.